Okay, let's go to something that has a less creepy affiliation. Working with Eminem. What the Smack That. What was the process like working with Eminem? That was a record that it wasn't huge in our world, but in the mainstream world, that was just such a
big hit.
monster record.
What
was the record? What was it like working with Marshall?
Oh, now that was an interesting story too, because he actually working with him made me look at the business different. Because he was the first artist that I worked with that actually treated the business like a real job.
Isn't it crazy how Jay-Z kidnapped Big Daddy Kane, but Eminem kidnapped you? Like, you could see the lyricism and the party side. I mean, Big Daddy Kane had bars too. Yeah, but he was more like the ladies guy, like Biggie and Tupac. I feel like you guys was like the first. Like, I mean, you're the first in anything.
Star said that Eminem is the king of hip hop. Now, record sales wise,
yeah, I mean,
Eminem has sold more albums than any other rapper in the history of rap. 150 million albums. You could say, well, that doesn't matter, but it does. Because when you look at all the top selling artists of any genre, almost always it's always the best artist.
So like, I felt like most people, like just rap fans, like people who really cared about bars, like I thought, niggas would never ever really see past the fact that you were going against like a heavyweight, someone's a legend.
Why does everyone think I went against him? There was 2 songs on that album that came out. He was the first person that ever said my name.
Well, it just felt like you got your flowers, I think is what he was saying.
Yeah, like people actually said.
Yeah, they talked about your skill and your talent and how clever you were.
You feel me?
Like, he comes in at 9 a.m. every day to the studio, takes his lunch break at 1, and is out of there by 5 p.m. Like, it's like a schedule. And I didn't expect that from him. Because when the first day I came around 6. I'm expecting, okay, we're going to do an evening session. I get this studio. Oh, M just left. I was like, yo, M, where you at? He said, I'm out of here. I said, well, I'm at the studio. I just got here. You coming back? He said, I'll be back there at 9 a.m.
But the way I could compare it is like, Big Daddy Kane was like the club guy, and you were like the serious lyrical dude. Eminem like gravitates towards you more because he's just a lyricist.
It's a beast.
You have more respect for lyricists or rappers or both?
Depends on the artist. Like you got some rappers that just make dope songs. You know what I mean? And then of course you got lyricists that make us, rewind the song or
Now, anyone could go platinum once. Anyone could have a hit song. But no one goes accidentally diamond. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no one accidentally...
Nah, I don't think Eminem is an accident. That nigga Eminem ain't a fluke. Like, he really could spit. He really get busy.
Yeah.
They gave you the win, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
You beat Eminem, and again, he'll always be legendary, but I felt you earned a stripe where like people who didn't think, and maybe they were just uninformed, they knew at that moment that you could compete toe to toe with even someone we considered a legend.
Yep.
And that's big.
Facts.
And you showed up.
Facts.
So I'm in the middle of writing the record. He's like, yo, I'm about to go out for lunch. I said, all right, cool, I'm gonna meet you after. He said, you're not gonna take no lunch? I said, no, I'm not hungry, I'm just wanna work. He said, all right, cool. He goes, takes lunch, hour come back, he's back, what we got? I play him the record, play him the chorus, he said, oh, this is it, boom. He goes into his verse, 5 o'clock come, he's halfway in. He's like, all right, bro, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. So at this point, I'm like, yo, but your verse almost done, you ain't gonna finish it? No, I'll finish it tomorrow.
Shit, so he do topics and song topics and shit that I don't necessarily be fucking with all the time. But as far as just rapping and being able to put words together and flow and say what you want to say and make it rhyme, he's definitely one of the nicest when it come to that.
Would you say he's the king of hip hop?
Nah, I wouldn't say that because I'm in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. You know what I'm saying?
We can't be a generation that rides like only because a person's a legend, and strictly goes off that factor. Like when we do something for our generation, like step up and acknowledge what happened, hold it down. Like that was not something I was expecting to ever happen. You know what I mean? And like I said what I said. I don't give a fuck. You can't hold me. And that should be the narrative for anyone in our generation. Like you can't just hoe us because you're a legend.
the fact that you got roots in the Midwest and also West Coast. What was it like being on 8 Mile with M? Like, break that, because that's just a different,
man. Anything to do with my brothers coming out of Detroit, you know, Royce, D12, M, you know, Trick, you know, on and on, man. I got roots there, man. Every time I get to go back and work in that area, it's a blessing. You know, some of my family still lives there. So I love going back to Detroit. I love working with those guys, and even being in the same realm and seeing how we came through the same struggle, man. That shit was crazy.
And I asked him, I was like, yo, like, you know, like, what's up with the work ethic? He said, nah, man, it's just, I just like to be here. I treat it like a real job. I don't make it no more than what it's supposed to be. I don't allow it to stress me out. Stay longer than I have to. I got a family. I got a daughter. I want to spend time with her. Like, I want to make time. And I stopped and I said, damn, you know what? He's right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll be in the studio 3-4 days, don't come out. Don't see my kids, don't call my wife, none of that. I'm just like working. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here like, man, that makes a lot of sense because ain't nothing going to change between today and tomorrow.
And, you know, whether niggas like to admit it or not, you know, niggas know the type of influence, impact I got on the game, man. I always been holding weight, so because I'm in the game, I ain't gonna say nobody the king or nothing like that, but I definitely respect him, and he definitely get it in. He could rap, he nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? He could, like, I can't really think of, like, too many niggas you could bring up that you could put in the same category with him with rapping, you know what I'm saying? So
we went in the locker room of a place that we were performing at, and I just did that on the spot hours after that shit released. Hours, dude. I was with Odell the night before celebrating his that $100 million contract thing. So I was like still just drunk, like still like, this motherfucker, man. Load the Pro Tools up, and we looked the picture up and started riding this motherfucker. I'm like, bet.
Growing up, we were hustling and doing what
Nobody
we do.
was
We
listening
weren't.
to that.
Eminem wasn't part of our soundtrack.
Nah.
I mean, we thought he was dope and everything, but we weren't listening to Eminem. And he was like, I'm like, well, what happened when you signed? Did you get a whole bunch of fans? He's like, yeah, a bunch of nerds and stans that don't really understand our music.
You also got to realize too, again, it's capitalism at the end of the day. Hip hop music, the people who buy hip hop music are white people, and specifically white girls. Like
Eminem has been, you know, someone that I've always considered the greatest ever to ever do it. You know what I mean? Every aspect of storytelling abilities, lyrical ability, you know, honesty, you know, just real. He's definitely, and you can hear it in my music that I'm heavily influenced by that. So even me being in the video and doing the video with him and kind of, you know, having that relationship with him and, you know, building with him, and, you know, he's a really good person, man. And, you know, he's a really good guy.
I did 3 verses, and I remember I had like, it's funny, I remember I called Corday on FaceTime. I played him first 3 verses. He was like, bro, it's like this M, man, you gotta go off. Like, I'm like, I just went off like 3. What are you talking about? He was like, man, you gotta like just finish him. You know what I'm saying? So I remember I put that 4th verse, and that fourth verse was the mean shit.
Any like dope organic interaction or stories that nobody ever got to hear with you and M? You know, it don't got to be nothing controversial.
No, man. You know, I mean, we had a lot of fun, man. We did a lot of great things. You know, we made some really dope records. We had some really fun time on the road, you know. And, I mean, I got nothing bad to say about my brothers, you know what I'm saying?
Anything that sticks out where you like, yo, this is, because, you know, this is before the cameras is around.
Yeah.
And it's
that's good. No, I'm going to leave it right there. Nah, I'm going to leave it right there, man. Nah, we ain't gonna bring shit like that back.
No, I know what you mean, but like,
yeah, thank God, man, thank God. You know, I'm gonna just leave it right there.
Eminem is definitely on ADHD. We have another record coming out, and it's more into my, you know, he's, you know, we're in the Joyner Lucas territory, storytelling territory. That's what me and Eminem, we both do best.
Yeah.
You know, he created one of the best records ever in life, which was Stand. And, you know, that's, you know, I'm heavily inspired by that record too. So.